Let's start our workout by standing in the center of the mat, nice and tall, shoulders above hips, above ankles. Make sure your weight is distributed evenly between both feet. And just check that you have your Pilates ring and a resistance band handy. Let's get started moving by inhaling both arms up and exhaling them down. Inhale, reach up high, and exhale down. Do a couple more just like that. And really focus on connecting your breath to the movement. We're going to be doing that throughout the workout today, so that we're never holding our breath unnecessarily. And we can use the breath to guide us through all the exercises. Finish your exhale and bring the palms together over the heart. With your next inhale, lift up high on your toes, then exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Do a few more. It's a small movement, but it's a controlled one. So focus in on that control. That's another thing we want to keep in mind as we go. All of our movements are going to be intentional. We're moving our bodies exactly where we want them. Good. Take a wider step now on the mat, pointing the toes out to the sides. With an inhale, bring both arms up high again. And as you exhale, squat down. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, squat. Inhale, reach. Good. Keep following your breath. Keep moving. We're keeping our backs straight on this. So as you get warmer, as your legs start to warm up, as your hips start to feel a little bit looser, you're going to start squatting deeper and deeper. And as you do, you're going to be leaning forward a little bit to kind of sweep at the floor. So check that your back is straight when you do that you're bending from the hip, not rounding the back. Check that your knees are moving in the direction of your toes so that you're using your leg muscles to open your knees wide. Good. Let your arms float down to your side and then walk your feet back together again. From there, we'll step to the front of the mat. With the next inhale, both arms come up again above the head. And exhale, dive forward, keeping the back flat. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, dive. Good, a couple more like it. Let your knees bend a little bit here if that feels better, if your hamstrings are still a little bit tight. We're going to practice throughout the entire workout, listening to our bodies first. Working ourselves hard, challenging ourselves, but always trusting that if something is not working, if one of the exercises don't feel good, we don't have to do them. Feel free to take a rest anytime you need to. Let's take a big step back now to come onto our hands and knees and in a kneeling plank. So we have a straight line from our head to our knees. As we exhale, let's slide back to a child's pose, sitting on the heels. Then inhale, slide forward to kneeling plank. Couple more like it. As you come forward to that plank, really notice your belly button lifting up into your spine to support your low back. We're always going to stay very attentive to our abs and to our center so that we're always strong at the core. Good. Sit all the way back to child's pose now. Taking a breath or two. Getting ready for your workout mentally. And then walk your hands towards your knees. Bring your legs in front of you and grab your ring for our first exercise, the 100. So let's bring the ring between our ankles and we'll roll back down to the floor. We're going to straighten the legs, keeping them as straight and strong as we can the whole time. And you can start by lifting them right above your hips. To make it a little bit harder, start to lower them toward the floor. From there, we're lifting the chin onto the chest, the shoulders up above the floor just slightly so that the belly button is squeezing down. Arms are by our sides. And as we inhale, we're going to pulse the arms 5 times and then exhale for 5 pulses. Keep breathing as you go. The whole time your belly button is squeezing down. Your low back is connected to the mat. If you feel a big arch in your back, that probably means you're doing too much for right now. It's a little more than your body's ready for. In that case, bring your legs up straight again, straight above your hips. Make this harder by really squeezing the ring, really lifting the shoulders. Make those movements with your arms nice and strong. Good, hang in there, and then let the head rest down. Bend the knees, and we'll bring the feet to the floor. Take a breath if you need to. Reach your arms overhead if you'd like to stretch that out a little bit. And then we're going to sit up. So come to sitting, however it's comfortable for you to get up there. Cross your legs. And we want to make sure we're sitting tall. So if you need to sit up on a block or a pillow, do that so you can keep your spine straight and long. Hold the ring in both hands. We're going to start with it in close to our chest. Our elbows right by our sides. And as we inhale, we're going to reach the ring out in front of us so that our hands are at shoulder height. And as we exhale, we're going to squeeze that ring back toward the chest. So inhale, press it out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, push out. Exhale, pull in. Good, a few more like that. Remembering, as you pull it in, you're squeezing the ring as well. Squeeze it as tightly as you can. You're in control of how challenging this becomes because you can squeeze it tighter or less tight. Good, a couple more. Keep breathing. Check your posture. Your spine is nice and long. Crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. Good, last one. Finish that up. And then set the ring aside. We're going to grab the band now. And we're going to lie down on the belly. You're going to bring the band behind your back and hold it in each hand. Your hands are going to stay close to your body, so at about shoulder distance apart. You want to make sure you're going to have a little bit of tension on the band right where it is there. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift your upper body off the floor and reach your arms back as if you could touch your feet. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale. Reach those arms back. You're not really pulling them apart. You're just maintaining that tension there. Good. Lift slowly and lower slowly. Keep the movement entirely under your control. You're lifting here as high as you want to, as high as you can, using that full breath to get your body there. Good. Finish that last one and relax. Set your band aside. Bring your hands under your shoulders and see if you can tricep push-up, keeping your elbows right by your side. From there, we'll come to standing. Grab your ring again, and we're going to move on to some squats. So bring the ring into both hands, and you're going to take your feet a little bit wider on the mat. Maybe as wide as your mat, slightly wider, and your toes are going to point out to the sides, just a little bit. As you exhale, you're going to sit low and push the ring forward. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, sit low. Inhale, stand tall. Good, keep going. As you squat down, you're really pressing your hips back behind you. You want to make sure that your knees don't extend beyond your toes. And to do that, we can really focus on pressing into the heel. Keep control of that ring. You're pushing it straight out at your shoulder height and pulling it in nice and slowly, timing the movement to the same movement of you standing back up. Couple more. You can do this. Strong, strong legs. Going as low as you can each time. Trusting the process. You're going to get stronger if you keep working at it. Good. Set the ring aside, and we'll grab the band again. Moving on to a shoulder press, an overhead shoulder press. We're going to step on the band with the right heel, hold the band in the right hand. Stand nice and tall, bringing the band to shoulder height, keeping your elbow in close to your side. And we're going to press that up and slightly forward, and then bring it down. Press it up, slightly forward, and bring it down. Good. Check your wrist that it's staying nice and neutral. You're not letting the band pull it in either direction. Standing tall, keeping our weight in both feet, and breathing. You can exhale the band up. Inhale, bring that hand back down to your shoulder. Good. Let's do the other side. Get ourselves evened out. Step on the band now with the left foot. Bring the band into the left hand. Make sure there's plenty of tension on the band when you hold it at shoulder height. And then when you're ready, exhale, press it up and slightly forward. Inhale, bring it down. Tucking your elbow right back down to your side. Good, keep going. Again, checking in with your posture, standing nice and tall, weight on both feet. Almost there. Good. Relax. Set the band aside now and step back to the front of your mat. We're going to move on to some tricep push-ups. So let's inhale both arms up. Exhale, dive forward again, forward fold. Give yourself just a second there because it feels good on the hamstrings. Let your knees bend if they need to. And then take that big step back so you can come to a kneeling plank pose, just like we did in our little warm-up. Bring the ring under your body. So you might place it against your sternum or you might put it on your belly, depending on how long your arms are and all of that. There might be some variables there. So find a place where it's comfortable for you to have the ring. The ring is going to support our tricep push-up. So we're just lowering down a little bit and pressing back up. So as you lower, exhale and keep your elbows right by your side. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. Elbows squeeze your rib cage. Keep them in and press up. Good. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up. A few more just like that. Keep it nice and controlled. We're not lowering too low because we don't want to smush the ring completely. So this is a great way to start building your strength in tricep push-ups. It's not an easy exercise, but we've got to start somewhere, and this is a good place to be. Good. Relax and sit all the way back into child's pose. From there, we're going to lie down on our left side. Rest your head in your left hand and bring the ring into your right hand and rest it against your right hip. When you get it situated, you're going to press the ring down and let it go. Squeeze it and release. Good, keep going. Use your breath. You can exhale, squeeze, inhale, let it go. Now it's going to be very tempting on the release part to just let your hand spring back, okay? But don't let it happen. Even though the ring is pushing against your hand and it's trying to just let go as fast as it can, you're keeping it under control. So it's a very slow squeeze and it's also a slow letting go. Good. Switch sides. Same thing. Lie down on your right side, bringing your head into your right hand. Bring the ring into your left hand. Place it against your hip or your leg there. Find your balance, your belly button still squeezing in to support you here, to keep you balanced, and then squeeze the ring. Let it go slowly. Squeeze and let it go. Keep going. Keep breathing. Again, you're in charge of how difficult this becomes or how challenging and how much benefit you can derive from it. You get to choose how hard you want to work. Always respecting the body's limits, but also saying, hey, body, can you do a little more? Can you squeeze a little tighter? Good, let it go. Place the ring down and grab your band again. We're going to roll to our backs and bring the band behind the back. Bring it under your elbows and lift it up high so that when you lie down, it's under your shoulder blades. This is a two-part exercise. We're going to have the pec fly and we're going to have the bridge. So bring your feet to the floor, knees up, arms wide, but as you bring your arms above your shoulders, you want to make sure there's tension in the band. So go ahead and set it up right there. And then keeping your elbows soft, like you're going to hug a big ball, take them down toward the floor and then inhale. Hips up, hands up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Keep going, keep breathing. So the entire foot is pushing into the floor to get your hips lifting up. And you're lifting as high as you can. Squeeze at the top. Again, the elbows stay soft. So as you move the arms toward the floor, you let your elbows bend just a little bit and they don't quite touch the floor. You don't take them quite that far. Good, let that go slowly, and you can take the band out from under you. Set it aside, and we're going to use the ring again into a version of a single leg stretch. So keeping the left foot on the floor to start, you're going to bring the ring into your hands and place it against the right leg. You're going to roll your chin to your chest, lift the shoulders up, squeeze the belly button down, and then press your knee against the ring twice and switch legs. Press, press, and release. So your hands are holding the ring in place so that your leg has to do the work of squeezing the ring. And really, when you'll start to feel it, in your abs. Good. Remember to keep squeezing belly button down. Keep your back connected to the floor. Use your breath, exhaling as you squeeze, inhaling as you switch. Couple more just like it. You can do it. We're nearing the end. Good. Let it go. Rest your head down. Now keep your knees in this position, your feet on the floor. We're going to bring the ring above our heads and move into a modification of the teaser. It's really just a crunch, which is a great place to be. And it helps us build some strength to move on a little bit. So taking the ring over your head toward the floor, arms straight, then lift it up over your face. And as you do, squeeze your belly down, lift the shoulders up. Shoulders down, ring down, and then lift again. Belly button squeezes as you reach the ring forward and up. Exhale as you lift, 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 and inhale, lower down. Couple more like it. Inhale, lift, squeeze the belly button down. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Almost there. After this, we get to stretch it out, so finish strong. Good. And then rest the ring down on the floor. Stretch your legs out and feel your body really long here. Bring the right knee in toward the chest, hug it in, and rotate your ankle a few times. Go each direction, holding the right hamstring. And then taking that right leg and crossing it over the left leg. You might feel enough stretch there with your left foot on the floor, but if not, pick that leg up, hold the left hamstring and hug it in toward your chest until you feel the stretch you're looking for in your right hip. Let that go. Straighten the right leg out on the floor, but keep the left one in. Rotate the ankle a few times in both directions. And then cross that left leg over the right one, keeping the left foot flexed. Pick the right leg up if you want, holding the right hamstring. Still being aware of our breathing here. So we're still taking those deep breaths. Good, let your feet come to the floor as wide as the mat, and then lower both knees down to one side, then the other. Kind of like the windshield wipers, back and forth, nice and slow. Good, bring your knees back to center, and then roll yourself over to your belly. We'll come onto our hands and knees and move into a cat stretch here, lifting the crown of the head and the tailbone, and then exhaling to round the back, lift the belly button up. Inhale, arch, and exhale, round. Good, just a couple more like that, following your breath, feeling your spine at both of those extremes. Feel how far it can move and how good it feels to move it that far. Good. Find your neutral spine again, and then step forward with the right foot. Coming to a low lunge, you can bring your hands to rest on your right thigh. And take some deep breaths here, just letting your hips come forward and down. So you're feeling that stretch in the front of the left leg. The hip flexor, the quads, all opening up. Good, bring the hands to the floor. Let's switch legs. Left foot comes forward now. The left ankle is right below the left knee. Feeling that nice deep stretch in the right leg now. We'll bring the hands back to the floor, step both legs back, and then walk your hands forward a little bit so you can lower your head down toward the floor. The hips are still above the knees, and you've still got some weight in your palms. So make sure you're pressing your hands down just a little bit there. Press into your hands a little more to lift the shoulders up, walk the hands toward the knees. And then sit back into your heels, roll over your feet so you can come to standing in a forward fold. Straightening the legs as much as you're comfortable with to find that stretch in the back of the legs. Letting your head and your shoulders be heavy. Let them hang down. From there, bend the knees a little bit and roll up the spine. Start by tucking your tailbone and letting each vertebra stack one on top of the other until you're standing tall again. With a deep breath, let's bring both arms above the head. Exhale to float them down to your side. Again, inhale up, reach. Exhale, bring them down. And again, inhale, reach. Thank your body for what it did today, and I thank you for joining me.